Hi, everybody. Fireside Chats with Nyberg. Look who I found. Brian Spyros.
You found me, yes. You didn't have to look far.
And thank you for being such a gem coming on.
Oh, thank you.
We're out in the lobby of News Channel 8 as we speak, and
Yes.
there's cars going past.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell everybody about your sense of humor, which I love. I also want to point out the mantle this evening. I wondered if the plant was too small.
I think it's
Do you
the
think it
perfect
works?
size. I think it's the perfect size,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
And so we have some items on the mantle for a while. Some folks are joining us, so thank you very much for being here. We're sitting really low in red
We are.
chairs.
In chairs.
So we're
This is
trying
how
to-
we would be if we're sitting on the
Right,
edge
sat really
of the
back.
chair.
I would be like, yeah.
And someone was just peering in the glass,
Oh, they were
probably
oh, yeah.
wondering what's going on.
Oh, yeah. So this is a live
yeah.
environment.
They're over
Okay.
there. Say hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, that's one of our employees, actually. Okay, there.
Walked out of the building.
Clears that up.
All right. So let's talk about you. How'd you get into news? This is all about you.
Where
by
do
the
I
way.
start? I don't like when stuff's all about me.
Too bad.
But yes.
That's how we
So,
roll.
by the way, congratulations. This is your 10th Fireside
Yes,
Chat
Brian is
episode.
number 10, yes.
The reviews have been amazing. The critics are just.
All right, so how'd you get into news?
It's not an easy. Do you want me to go back? Because I have a little bit of a
We
background
have
in
nothing
something
but
else.
time.
Okay.
As long as I have juice on the phone, we can talk forever.
Okay. So I didn't want to be in broadcasting at all. I had
Ever?
it wasn't really even on my radar. No.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Bristol. I was born and raised in
All right.
Bristol, Connecticut.
Hometown kid, I love that.
Yes. And I wanted to be an airline pilot.
You did.
Yes, ever since I was little, I've loved planes, like obsessed with them. Like, not military, but like commercial airlines, Boeing,
Did you have
Airbus,
toys
all
as a
that.
kid that you used
Yes.
to play? Okay.
Yes, I love planes, airplane models in my room. And when it came time for me to decide what I wanted to do, 16, 17 years old in high school, I said, I want to go to school, I want to fly, I want to be an airline pilot. So I got accepted to a flight school in Nashua, New Hampshire.
Okay.
At Daniel Webster College. I went up there and I started flying in August of 2001. And the way it works, because people always ask me, there was your academics that you sort, your math, your English, your psychology, all that. And then you had ground school stuff that coincided with flying. And 3 or 4 days a week, I would walk to the airport on campus and I would go flying, which
Was
is
it
pretty
everything
cool.
You thought it was going to be?
Well,
the
it's-
first time you soloed.
It started out, my solo was I remember the first time I soloed, it was very nerve-wracking. I bounced the plane 3 times coming down on the runway. Almost had a prop strike, but I got
What's
the thing
a
down.
prop strike?
Basically,
Oh,
when instead of
bounce.
like coming down on the wheels, you bounce so low that the prop strikes the runway, which isn't good for the
gosh.
prop. So
No.
that was, but I
Or the
landed.
plane,
I landed. No, it's not good for anybody. But yeah, so not to get depressing here, but like, so it started in 2001.
Is this going to take a turn?
It's going to take a little turn, but it has to in order to tell my story.
Okay.
So August of 2001 started. The first 2 weeks, everything was fine, was good. And I woke up on a Tuesday morning and I went to go turn on Regis and Kelly. And on the TV was the Twin Tower on fire with a gaping hole in it. And it was 9/11. And as we all know, that changed everything, especially for flying and aviation. It changed everything.
So you decided I'm not going to be a
So,
pilot?
well, I stuck it out for 2 years, and I did it, and I wasn't happy with the way
you
things
said
were
stuck
run.
It out, so now it's
I
not
stayed
good.
with it because what was happening is after 9/11, all these like flight instructors who had gone on to work for the airlines were laid off because the airlines weren't doing well, and they were coming back begging for jobs. And my fear was that I was going to school for such a finite area of study that at the end of it, if I couldn't get a job, what was it all for? So I started to get nervous. I pushed through it, and after about 2 years, I finally said, this has been a great experience, but it's time to go
Is there
home.
an ache in your heart because you're not a pilot?
No, I don't regret my decision. I think I would regret it more if I never tried it. The fact that I went and I at least did it, but I got my private pilot's license. I flew Cessnas, I flew gliders, I flew aerobatic planes. It really was an amazing experience.
Wait, did you do tricks in the air?
Oh yeah. Yes.
I did not know this.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like literally, you'd like rev the engine and you'd go straight up like this, and then pull the throttle back and
Oh.
let the plane just fall. And it would teach you like how to recover from stalls and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy.
All right, so you're not flying and you decide, hey, let me do this journalism TV thing.
Yeah. So I came home. And I went to my parents were okay with me coming home, but they said, you got to like stay in school because I had to stay on my dad's insurance. So I went to a community college for a semester, and then I went to Central Connecticut State University.
Yay.
And one day, CCSU, and one day, and I just literally said to myself, what about broadcasting? And I went in that direction, and literally all the pieces just fell into place, and my teachers along the way, like we would have to do news stories, and they would say, you get this, you're going to do great with this, you're in the right field, and I just kept going. And I had an internship at one of the other stations here in Connecticut. I don't know if I could say Channel 3.
Channel 3.
Okay. Yeah. And I was an intern there, and I made myself known. Big piece of advice for anyone who has an internship: make yourself known, use your resources. They would send me out with photographers to gather stories. I would write scripts, and at the end of that internship, they basically offered me a job as an associate producer as I was going into my final semester of graduating. So I had my foot in the door. I did that for 2 years.
And they gave you a job.
They gave me a job. They finally gave me a job. And I basically just kind of got my foot in the door with that, did that for 2 years. And then someone said, look, you want to be on air, you got to make the jump. You're getting too comfortable here. And I moved to Maryland, and I got my first on-air TV job in Maryland, in Salisbury.
In Salisbury.
WBOC. It's in Salisbury. It's not far from like Ocean City, Maryland, and like the Delaware shoreline. Beautiful. And we lived not far from Annapolis. We used to go to DC all the time. I mean, in terms of working in a small market, we were lucky because some people are out in the middle of nowhere.
Cornfields.
Yes.
Cornfields.
There were cornfields on the Delmarva Peninsula. That's where I worked. Yes, yeah.
All right, so that's the serious portion of this program.
Yes.
But you still fly a lot.
I have not flown in a number of years, no, because it's expensive, and So
you don't own your own jet?
No, I don't own my own jet. Well, I mean, yes, I do. I do own my own jet. I own a few. I own a fleet of jets. No, I wish. When I want to fly, I have to book an airline ticket. But I still love flying. I love traveling, and I don't, like I said, I don't regret it. It was a great experience.
Well, I'm glad to know all this stuff, and I'm finding it out with you.
See?
Now we have lined the rolling fireplace, which thank you very much for rolling it out on your own.
You're welcome.
I feel that was sort of a method acting kind of thing that
yes.
you felt as one with the fireplace.
I did, and it's very sturdy.
It is.
It's a very sturdy fireplace.
We don't have a fire this evening,
no,
but we should because it's cold.
It's chilly enough to have a fire.
So Brian has brought in some items on our mantle and show everybody. You kind of just.
I don't know.
Right
Do I just zoom it?
Yeah,
so
just zoom it because this is nothing but the
this
best.
is me and my wife Sarah.
Yes, it is.
We've been married for 5 years, together for 9. It's going all right. No, I'm joking. It's great. I'm joking. No, I'm going to get slack for that. No, it's going well. She's from Meriden. Her family is from Meriden. And it's good. And
right.
yeah.
So give me this. I'm going to put this back up here.
Okay.
And take your other picture down.
So this is my little boy.
Yep.
The picture is.
There's a little bit of a gloss.
Can you see it now? I'm forcing planes upon him.
Yeah. See, can you see the plane?
There he
folks
is.
At home?
This was in Florida,
yeah.
And that is my son, and his name is Maverick. And everyone thinks I named him that because of Top Gun and flying.
They're making a sequel.
They are. It's called Top Gun Maverick, so I'm kind of glad we had him now, or else everyone would be accusing me.
Well, you really did do that.
No, I swear to you, we were in. We were
now
at.
He's swearing.
No.
What?
We were at JFK. We were going to Aruba for our baby moon, because baby moons are a thing now.
I didn't have baby moons when I had my kids.
Any opportunity to take a trip, I take it. So, and we were looking online at names because we had no boys' names. We didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. And I came across Maverick, and my wife hated it. She said, absolutely not. And the whole week in Aruba, I begged her. She didn't want it. And then 2 months later,
begging in Aruba.
Yes, sitting on the beach, saying, why not? It's a great name. And he, and literally 2 months later, she came to me and said, okay, it's growing on me.
So you call him Mav?
We call him Mav, Mavi, Maverick.
Mavy?
So, yeah.
Mavarina?
No, not Mavarina, just Maverick. But everyone loves his name. Because, if you think about it, there's not many Mavericks.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, I think of Gunsmoke, or I think of... Wasn't there a show called Maverick?
Well, that's the thing. It means something different to everyone. Like, older people think of, Maverick the cowboy.
No, not... Did you see what he did there? Did you see that?
People who've been around longer than me.
Again!
I know, it doesn't sound good. No, people, think of cowboy, but then, some people think of Top Gun. So it basically, It depends.
Or he's just a maverick.
Exactly, and he is.
And we have a third little item on the mantle, which... I'm loving this. I'm not sure what this means. Now,
so this, I know you wanted me to put, so this is a brass monkey that's a pen holder, and it sits on my desk.
Yes.
So the salon where I used to go to get my hair cut, they had this on the reception, the receptionist desk.
Okay.
And for months, I kept saying to them, I love the monkey, I want it. And they got so annoyed with me one day, they said, take the damn monkey.
And
I took it, and it sits on my desk, and everyone asks about it. He's very zen. He's very zen.
And does the monkey have a name?
No, he doesn't have a name. He's just called the monkey.
The monkey.
We keep things simple around here.
All right, so you're the weekend evening anchor
Yes.
here, and I have the pleasure of anchoring tonight
And tomorrow. I'm filling in for Darren and Scott.
Yeah, so we're a duo, and this is fun. I find you so funny.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're hysterical.
Really?
His name is Brian Spyros. So, of course, I, revert back to the Saturday Night Live thing, Brian Fellows.
Brian Fellows, yes, yes.
And you do a Brian Fellows.
Well, I don't really do, well,
Oh,
kind
give
of.
me a little.
He just is like, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
that
that's
bird's a
crazy.
liar. We talked about that.
Right.
We find Brian, he wears like lip gloss and everything.
Yeah, right.
So I know.
And he's funny.
So it's a funny segment.
So we know that you fly. We know that you're a storyteller.
Yep.
What else should we know about you? What don't we know about you?
Well, I don't think some people know in general. I have a second child on the way. In a few weeks, I'm going to have number 2, a girl. We're having a girl this
Do we have a
time.
name?
We have a name, but we're not saying the name.
I'll get it out.
I'll tell you.
You will tell me?
We're driving our family nuts.
Okay,
My
so-
parents want to know, and I'm like, you'll find out when she's
Will
born.
you give me a first letter?
No, I'll tell you the name when we're off.
Okay.
I think you're going to like it. Let's just say it's a very timeless name.
Oh, so it's kind of old world?
Yeah, you could say that.
I am saying that.
Yeah.
All right, can you read any of that if you get really close?
Kevin Hogan, who used to work here,
yes,
he's now Channel
yeah.
3. I worked
Wait,
with
I
Kevin,
took the
great
class.
guy. I know. Everyone's saying congratulations
Yes,
about the
isn't that so
baby.
great? So
Yes.
Daddy's going to be a father too.
I know. And you were talking about girls before out
Yes,
there
I
and what a
have
pain
3.
they are.
Well, girls are just different from boys. I don't have
are,
any boys,
right.
but I have a grandson.
You have your grandson?
Yeah, 7-month-old Bodie.
Yeah.
And he's just delightful.
He is.
My girls are all awesome, but they're all older now.
Right.
Lindsay's 32, and the twins are going to be 29 in November. And I feel like my life is passing before my eyes.
It goes quick.
And I'll give you my American Express if you call me with the name.
That's my mom.
Oh, that Patty.
That's my mom.
How are you?
That's my mom.
You know, we talk a lot about you're Greek.
Well,
Spyros?
I'm Greek and Italian and a little bit of French.
okay.
So my dad is Greek,
Right.
his Greek side, and my mom's Italian. But I don't know any Greek. I know the first day I started here 4 years ago, you came up to me
Right.
and were like talking to me like I knew, and I was like, Anne, I don't know what you're
because
saying.
I love Santorini, Greece, and
Yeah.
I love the Mediterranean and all that. And I keep and you have been to Santorini?
I've never been to Greece. I've been to Italy 5 times.
Can
I've
we
never been to Greece.
Do a
I know.
GoFundMe
I know.
site and get this lad.
I'm
to
all
Greece?
for the GoFundMe page. I know. I do have to go. I've been to Europe a number of times. I've never been to Greece.
Because you'll just love it. All right. So what else don't we know about you? What's your favorite story that you? Do you love General Assignment or do you?
I love General Assignment. I don't like focusing just on one niche. I like General Assignment because we learn so much about everything. Like you think about it, like crime, the way our judicial system works, politics, like you learn everything that you could possibly need
gets
to
boring.
know.
Never
No, and
gets
it makes you well-rounded. So I like all types of stories.
Right.
All types of stories.
Most memorable story, and I hate this sometimes when people go, "What's your most memorable story?"
I know,
Is
because
there one?
it's hard
It
because
is
it puts
hard.
you on the spot.
But I always say I love the everyday person's story.
Yeah.
They'll say, "Oh, you've met famous
think
people," or this
who-
or that. I'm like, whatever. It's just the everyday person I love.
I'm trying to think of whom I've interviewed while here that would fall into that. Because you're
Do
right,
you have
you've done a
memory
lot.
troubles?
If I say that, are you going to say I'm getting old? Is this
He's
a
only
setup?
35.
Is this a setup?
So you're a baby.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I don't feel like a
you're
baby anymore.
So
I
are you
don't
gonna
know.
have
It's
16 kids or 4?
no. Well, I'm good with maxing out at 2, but my wife wants a 3rd, so we'll have to see how that goes.
And I am not getting involved in the negotiations.
No, I know.
at all. I have 3, but I have.
You told me
one
earlier,
twins.
you're like, you need a mediator to help decide this. And I was like, okay, well, you can mediate. And you're like, absolutely not.
I gotta
Keep me
tell
out
you,
of
you're
this.
on your own. All right,
Yeah.
here's some other people weighing in. Say hi to Maverick. He's telling you he misses you. This is from Roseanne.
Okay.
Do you know Roseanne?
I don't know if I should know
Perhaps
Roseanne.
Roseanne's been in
The
his
last
family.
name isn't
No.
ringing a bell, but
Again, with the
anyway,
memory
I'm sure he
issues.
misses me because I spent all day with him. Yeah, I keep thinking about like someone I've interviewed, and I can't think of anything.
Again, with the memory issues.
I know.
This is a sign.
This is a big sign. Oh my God, this
Why
isn't
are you
good.
so funny? Because I find you very
People
deadpan.
say this, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Like,
I'm just.
I think you could do stand-up.
I'm just being. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you could.
People tell me that my timing is good, like my timing to like comment on things, but
Right.
I don't think so. I'm just being me.
Well, he's very deadpan, and I find, even talking about the monkey, the minky.
The monkey.
Yeah.
The monkey.
The monkey.
You have to put the
Not
in front
monkey.
of him. Yes, yes.
It's the monkey.
The monkey.
Again, are we liking the plant? Because again, I do think it is a bit small. We did try to center it.
We really should have put something, a little bigger on the mantle.
I think so too.
I think so.
All right, let's talk to some folks. What questions do you have?
A loyal viewer.
Tina.
Great.
I talked to Tina.
Hi, Tina. Yes, Tina upstairs.
She was upstairs
Yes.
with the fireplace.
Mhm.
I'm just so loving this.
You're
I
all
hope
over
you
with
are.
the fireplace.
You are funny. Wait, I'm going to get on the floor.
Your timing,
Yes,
your
your
timing
timing
is
is
good.
The
monkey is mine.
No.
That Elizabeth, that's no,
Crossing the
Erica.
line?
Erica, but yeah, that's the
I don't
girl
mean
who
to be genuflective.
that's the girl who cuts my hair.
Oh,
She's the
okay.
one who finally said, "Take the damn thing," and she gave it to me.
So
So
she's
Erica,
on.
hello. So she was on there.
Jill Nelson is watching. We have Brian. They all want to come on camera, but I get afraid to do that because you don't know what's going to happen then.
No, you don't.
You really
don't know what's going to happen.
What is your work schedule? Do you have any days off since you work on weekends? I can't
What
believe I'm
area
kneeling on the
do you
floor.
live in, Brian? I don't like to say where I live.
Well, just give me a
I
part of
live
the state.
I live in the central part of Connecticut near Bristol.
There you go. All
Near
right.
Bristol, but it's not in Bristol. And it ain't Meriden either. I told you my wife's
Okay,
from Meriden.
What area do you, live in Brian? Maverick says hi.
That's my
Hi,
wife
guys, love you
commenting,
guys.
Sarah.
Okay, we paid
Now,
you
who
to do
said that?
this.
Someone said something about what with the weekends?
Oh, what do you do on the weekends? I don't know.
So on the weekends, they clearly don't
I'm
watch.
just looking back, you can see this
I work the evening. I'm the weekend evening anchor, and then during the week I report for the morning show. So I get up at 2:30 in the morning.
Do you color your hair?
No, I don't color my hair. We were
he
talking.
Didn't know I was going to ask him that.
No.
But, I mean, you're only 35.
I'm not.
No
yeah,
grays, nothing?
no gray. There's a little bit of gray on the side, but no.
Well, that's supposed to be good when the
Yes.
whole temple thing. that's
It's
just
different for men because I feel like men can go gray.
Yeah,
And it looks like, but for women, it's
Well,
a
you
different
can.
story.
It just depends on what color gray you are.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's mousy gray.
I think if there's just a little mixed in there, it looks good.
Yeah, I would think, you see some women with kind of a purple kind of, have you seen
Yes,
this?
yes.
But I kind of like that actually.
Okay, well.
Because once you're to that stage. All right, who else? Gray is good.
Distinguished. Tina, that's
Distinguished.
a good way of putting it.
Yeah, that is true, Tina. Tina's from Aunt Sonia, and she's
Yep.
awesome.
We have a lot of people here who are from Connecticut. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing because we know the state. What else, folks, do you want to ask him? Because we're going to have to cut this short.
I'm thinking of
we do have
what
to
I.
work later, don't we?
I think so. As long as we're in the studio by 9:59, we're good.
Yeah, because we're on at 10 to 11.
I'm trying to think what's interesting about me.
Are you a sportsman? Golf?
I'm not big into sports.
Nothing?
No, I
Cards?
played. I did like little league when I was a kid, and I hated it. I don't
Checkers?
know. No, not checkers.
What did you do in high school?
Nothing.
What do you mean you did nothing?
I just.
Did you get good grades?
I did. I did get good
That
grades.
sounds like I did.
Yeah. I mean,
Were you kind of a class clown?
no. I think when I was younger, I would be a little, but then when I got older, I got more serious.
What did you do when you were little that you were the class clown?
I don't know. I would just kind of like being the center of attention, not like to be conceited, but just kind of like
So
I
now
remember.
you're saying you're sort of a diva?
No, I'm not a diva. Like when I was younger, like I liked, like I would be, I don't know, I had like a really good personality, and then I feel like when I got older, I kind of became a little more reserved
Well, you
and
become
everything.
aware then.
Yeah,
That's why I
exactly.
want
As a
children
kid,
to
you
learn
don't
that.
realize.
No.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It
All right,
is.
Other questions. Will you stay in television or move on?
I mean, my goal is to continue
He's
doing
a
this.
contract. You can't move on.
I genuinely feel like I'm doing what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
I really do feel
you
that way.
weren't flying.
But you and I have discussed this. I mean, the industry is changing a lot,
It
so
is
you don't know what's going to happen.
It's the Wild West out there. To
It
use
is.
a maverick term.
Yes.
It's a, there's so many platforms.
There are, yeah.
I mean, we're live right now on Facebook.
Exactly.
So anybody can do this.
So we don't know the direction that all of this is going to
none
go.
of
But
it's
if I got out of TV, I would love to do something like working like public relations for one of the airports or the airlines.
Eric
Like doing.
Dobrats. What do you
We
want to say
don't.
to
We
Eric?
don't need to listen to anything he's saying. He's
Eric-
just giving a thumbs up. I work with Eric on the weekend, so he likes to heckle
Right,
me.
he's a sports guy.
He is. He is.
Just a great guy.
I don't know. Like I guess. I do. I'll play tennis with friends. Like I like playing
So now
tennis.
you do play sports.
Yeah, but I'm not
You
like
were-
all about. I
But you were
don't.
holding
I
out?
shouldn't be saying this. I don't like football. I
That's
can't.
all right.
I don't like
Well,
football.
football has its issues.
I don't like football, or I don't like any sport where the clock goes and then it stops. I like soccer. It just keeps going. Like on the weekends when we're going on late because of like NBA, and there'll be like 3 minutes left in the game, and it literally lasts for 40 minutes.
So you would never go to a sporting event that had a stopwatch or that?
No, I would go watch it in person, but on TV I just get aggravated.
I think we're getting to some really deep levels.
You
now.
are.
I'm
Liking
this.
This is
so
very
football.
deep. No, I don't care for football or baseball.
No baseball.
Like people are like, oh yes, Yankees and
hockey?
sports. No,
No.
I don't know why.
All right. So
does this make me a bad person?
I'm not sure yet. We're going to continue to.
The jury is out on that.
Oh, what other questions? Can you read that?
Do you have any pets, and would you want to rescue one? I actually do have a pet. We have a black lab named Keely, and she's wonderful. We adopted her when we lived in Maryland. Someone abandoned her in the woods, and she lived in the woods for 2 weeks on her own. And she got brought to the Humane Society, and we adopted her in, it was 2010, and she's wonderful.
Where'd the name come from?
They had named her Keely, and we decided to just keep the name. It's Hawaiian, I think. I forget what it means, but she's adorable.
You know, down south, they just let dogs go.
It was sad,
That.
I don't know what happens. And she's so loving and attached to people, so I think someone abandoned her, but I don't, So.
And so how old is she?
She'll be 9 the end of this month, And my son is obsessed with her, and she is protective of him, but he'll go to pet her, and she just walks away. I think she doesn't know what to think of him.
Well,
she's all about us.
Oh, okay.
My wife and I.
We'll wait till another baby comes.
I know, so that's going to mess her up even more.
Yeah, that will mess her up. Okay, other questions. Do you like boxing?
I don't, no.
I don't like that. That's
It's
harsh.
too brutal,
that's harsh.
I don't like boxing.
Let's see, what else? What other questions?
I've been skydiving. That's
so-
something. I was
so you're
forced.
a
I was
thrill
forced to go
seeker.
skydiving.
Did you ever think about the military and flying planes?
No, I don't. I that's not for me. I have so much credit for people who can do that. I don't think I could.
So, how do you jump out of a plane? How does it make it okay that you're going to go? Well, here we go.
Listen, I know. I'll be quick. So I always told myself I always told myself I would never jump out of a plane if it was flying and it was fine and there was nothing wrong with it. And my friends called me and asked me to go skydiving, and I said absolutely not. So then a few weeks went by.
Were you married at the time?
No.
Okay.
This is when I was living in Connecticut producing. So they called me a few days later and they said, look, we really need you to go because someone backed out and we're not going to get the group rate. We're down a person. Will you go? So I, like an idiot, said yes. We went 2 at a time. My best friend was with me. We went up. Literally, you're tandem, you're hanging, you're hooked to someone else. He went to the edge of the plane in the back, and I'm literally just dangling from 14,000 feet. And I turned to my friend who hadn't jumped yet.
Do we want to name this person?
His name is David.
Hi, David.
And I've been friends with him since we were in pre-K together. I've been friends with him for almost 30 years.
I'm going to guess
This
he
is my
got
best
afraid
friend.
and didn't want to jump.
No. I was going first, and I turned around, and I gave him the finger, and we jumped. Almost like you got me into this, how dare you, and then we jumped. And then the way down, I'm thinking if something happens, that's the last thing he's going to remember, that I flipped him off in the plane.
See, it took you to get married, to get yourself together, and to become the person that you are.
Yes, because I was jumping out of planes. But it was amazing. Would you ever do it?
No, I wouldn't.
It was amazing.
I don't need that. I don't like roller coasters either. I don't need that.
See, I like roller coasters, yeah.
See, I worry somebody doesn't put a cotter pin in the right place, and you're
well, because what we do every day, you see the mistakes people make and the things that happens that goes wrong. But I'll never do it again. I did it once. I won't tempt fate. Now. Yeah, probably because of that.
You know, I flew in helicopters when I was in news in Oklahoma City, and I also flew here.
Okay.
And Tim Clune will know this. We were in a helicopter over the East River.
Yep.
And it got really windy, and we almost hit the side of the East River.
No
and
kidding.
At the last minute, the female pilot gunned it. We got up and over it, and the two of us never flew again.
Because of that.
Because it
rattles you.
It does rattle you.
Right.
But I have logged a lot of miles in the air in Oklahoma because it's such a big state.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have to fly a lot of different places, and I've been in helicopters with Jesse Jackson, and there were tornadoes coming.
Wow.
And if you hit wind shear, you go down, and he was crazy.
Well, wind shear is bad no matter what size plane. I mean, aircraft you're in, it's bad, yeah.
And it was awful. So but this isn't about me. Okay, there's another question here.
Let's see. You are definitely a favorite, Brian Spyros. Oh, Felicia's too kind.
Yeah, Felicia knows everybody and watches everything that goes on.
She does. Felicia, you are dedicated.
She knows more about you than you know about yourself.
I'm going to say yes.
Did you ever have braces?
I did twice.
What happened?
Twice. I had them on. This is a traumatic story. I had them
Again
on
with the trauma.
for 2 years, and they came off, and my teeth shifted. I had headgear. I had headgear.
I had a headgear too.
Okay, and my parents, I would take it off at night, and they threatened that if I didn't stop doing that, they'd make me wear it to school. So of course you're like freaking out.
When I was in school, that was cool.
Wearing headgear?
Yeah, can you imagine? That was
I
like
can't imagine that ever being
yeah,
cool.
no, it was a status thing. There was a show before you were born about some girl wearing a headgear thing. And it was kind of a cool thing.
I don't know. It was painful.
Yeah, because my teeth moved.
But I got them taken off, and my teeth shifted.
Well, how,
and
you got
my
them off too
parents,
early.
well, I don't know what happened. My parents came, and they were like, they got to go back on. And I was like livid.
Devastated.
I was devastated.
Was it right before prom or something?
No. It was like, I think it was like middle school. So like I had them off a few years before like I was a senior and a junior in high school.
Did you have the colored bands?
I did.
Yeah, it's like, give me
Looking
army
back
green.
now, it was so stupid. Like I would just do, well, braces have come a long way since then.
Yeah,
but I got them on the
clear.
second time for like a year and a half, and then. But my parents kept saying to me, one day you'll be happy that your teeth will be nice
Smile
and
with
straight.
me. Let me see. Smile to them.
See.
They look very good.
They do.
All right, one more. Let's.
Do you have any siblings? I do. I'm the oldest of 3. I have 2 brothers,
Yep.
Joey and Michael.
And what do they do?
My brother Joey is in Bristol. He is an occupational therapist,
Okay.
as is my wife. Him and his boyfriend they have a house there. And then
Yep.
my other brother, he's an assistant manager at Stop and Shop.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, and he's in a relationship
And so,
too. He has a
your
girlfriend.
folks are lucky that everybody's here.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, and that was hard about living in Maryland. You know, when you have to move away from your family, you missed out on a
Yeah.
lot and everything. I still have my grandmother. She's 88 years old.
Oh my gosh.
She turned 88 or 87.
What's her name?
Sylvia.
Oh,
Sylvia.
baby's
She's
name
not
is
on
gonna be
Facebook.
Sylvia.
No, it's not going to be
No,
Sylvia.
it's not going to be Sylvia. Oh, thanks, Robert. Wait, Felicia and Robert are talking to each other. I think
Okay.
they're not even talking to you.
They're just having their
They're
own
just having their own
conversation.
conversation.
Yes, they are.
All right. Thank you so much.
I hope that was interesting. People probably think I'm boring.
No, I learned that, about you jump out of planes.
I
You
do?
have braces. You have the monkey.
The monkey.
The monkey.
The
and
monkey.
we'll close it out on that. So thank you for joining us on Fireside Chats with Nyberg. My guest, Brian Spyros.
Yes, and we'll
See you
see you
later.
tonight at 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.